Right. Oh, didn't reset timer. 3, 2, 1. But yeah, I'm doing good. I'm happy. I am set. I just need to get the good run now, and I think we can get world record. But I genuinely do think it's like, I think it's very doable for us. I think with the load times we now have like a minor advantage going in our favor. Couple that with the fact that I do think that in our PB compared to the current world record, our gameplay is better. So I do think that like if we can just get like the run that combos those two things together, that one's the world record, right? I hate that top step of the bars there. I'm calling it a step as if it's like stairs, not like just jumping up something that you're not, like jumping up geometry you're not supposed to jump up. Like it is like that top one is a little bit jankier. I got this, why thank you. I've also hurt my thumb, so that's fun. Like, I you know, it's probably very evident from like previous streams and stuff, but me and Betty both really hard chew our chew our fingernails and our thumbs and stuff. Last night I was chomping away and I managed to like kind of like cut a little bit of my skin and stuff. So right where my fingers press the D-pads is sore. That's a fun thing to do when you're trying to speedrun. It's just like added pain for you know, motivation. Oh. Guess what I bought yesterday on a random tangent, right? I was talking to a group chat went off right last night. You know, Hydro, who sometimes shows up in chat, a real life friend of mine, and for people who weren't there for the Kingdom Hearts stream where he revealed that where Hydro had been in chat for a while, and then just mentioned the university that I went to, and I was like, wait, what? Do I know you? Wait, who are you? Who are you? And he was like, dude, it's me. And I was like, oh my god, I should have known because Hydro plays Street Fighter competitively under that name. But anyway, tangent of the century. A group chat went off with Hydro and he was like, hey Luke, weren't you looking for a copy of this game a while ago? Simpsons Hit and Run. And he showed me a GameCube copy of it for 40 quid. And I was like, I want PS2 version, and I didn't want that one. I didn't want it for GameCube, and that was a little too much for me. So I was like, oh, thank you so much for finding that for me, man. I really wish I'd done it. He was like, oh, no problem. I'll let you borrow mine if you really want to do it at any point. I was like, okay, that's really nice of you. So this has been a weird moment for me because I've also been rewatching the early seasons of The Simpsons. I'm like halfway through season 2 right now, just because I needed something on in the background, and Simpsons is like... The Simpsons was made to be background TV, right? It's so good for it. And honestly, the first fucking seasons of The Simpsons are so solid. Like, the janky animation is bad, but like, a lot of the humor, you can really... I love watching a TV show that you know well, and watching as it slowly comes into its own style, like, over time. But anyway, so yeah, I've just been on a weird Simpsons kick, so I went on eBay, I was like, oh, I wonder how much a copy of Simpsons Hit and Run for the PS2 is. Got one for 14 quid. So we ordered a copy of The Simpsons Hit and Run for the PS2. You're lucky you got braces when you're young and never bit your nails since. Oh, I also had braces when I was a kid. But it just never stopped me. It's, you know, one of the first, like, quote-unquote, like, feminine things I did, like, before I was, like, outwardly non-binary and stuff. Okay. I've never done that before. It doesn't save time because of the bullshit we did there, but that was purely accidental and definitely faster than walking around the whole room. Huh. That was fun. It doesn't look consistent because sliding in this, when you wind up in that, like, you're on slippy terrain sliding animation is really hard to control. So, new skip, how neat. Like, it's not really a skip, it's like just a new shortcut or like a new part of the route into the room. But I could always just take damage to the lava to get up to that ledge faster. Given there's a heart right here and another heart in the other lava room at the end of the level, it's not going to be like too detrimental to us to take 1 point of damage there. he says well within the knowledge that sometimes he takes damage at random points in this run. Yeah. Simpsons Hit and Run is one of those games that we got, like, people, like, you know, when you think about, like, good games, you always think about that. When you take a shortcut in real life, you just shout, look at this cool skip I just did! I shout that, like, every day in my life, you know? Every time I find a way to do anything faster, I'm like, neat, cool skip! The fact those blocks are now in this room because we're on the save is really funny to me. There's a lot of really slow sliding block puzzles in this game. So just like move these blocks to these locations, but you have to use Cur Monster for it because that's the the moving blocks power up, and it's one of the slowest power ups in the game. You know, I'd probably say tied with Miss Piggy, one of the ones used the least in the entire run. Drive straight over roundabout. Neat, you skip! Fucking hell. You're thinking small scale, girl. Like, why, like, pavements. Like, you know, if you drive on the pavement at all times, then you're on the inner line of the road. And that is faster, you know? Take the inside line. Oh, I've designed a gold split emote, and Betty has approved it. We now just need, like time to draw it. I also was talking a lot about Bacon Hussy. I really want a Bacon Hussy emote, but it's like, I don't know for how much longer Bacon Hussy is going to be relevant now, right? Drives through school to get to work 3 seconds faster. Because you're the headmaster. And you know what? If there's no pupils to teach, you get off work faster. But yeah, like we said before, like, you know, Bacon Hussy has been a really good meme for this game because of Miss Piggy. But we don't know if the word Bacon Hussy is going to, like, permeate into other runs or whatever. It really depends. If we wind up coming up with new memes for the next Speed game, I'll try to get like some sort of like emote for that. I think B and I were chatting about it, and we've agreed that like I can have like 2 slots of our many emote slots for let's say 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, for my solo speedrunning stuff, we've agreed that I can maybe have like 2 of the slots, 1 gold split one and 1 like per game I'm doing or something, but yeah, we don't know. We might have an Hussy for each game, exactly. And it's like, I don't want to like get Betty to waste her time on a Bacon Hussy emote if we're like close to world record. You gold split, I only ran over 3 people that slowed you down. Then you gotta dodge more people. Like, if the people are slowing you down, then you don't hit the people. You know, murder is all well and good, right? But if it's slowing you down, then don't murder. That's like the #1 reason that I've never murdered anyone, is I just think it would take up so much of my time, and I need to go fast. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's like I was talking to Betty about that whole idea of we might have an Hussy for each speed game, right? And I was like, yeah, like, you know, if I speedrun this, it's Bacon Hussy, and I could have had Clown Hussy for Balan, and she was like, Luke, why did you have to bring that? Will you please stop finding every excuse in our relationship to bring up the word Clown Hussy? Running over children gives you bonus points, and I need to hit 10,000 for the achieve. Unless you're getting 100% speedrun, then getting the achieve is not a speedrun. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I wound up too far forward. Oh well. No. I love his little yes when you take the last point of damage off him. Reminds you of the Onion videos, which Mr. Grand Theft Auto doesn't teach how hard and time consuming it is to actually murder a prostitute and get rid of her body. That's funny as hell. I'm a completionist, goddamn ye. I used to be a completionist. Like, I used to, like, genuinely be like, I want to get every achievement in the game. I genuinely think that modern games ruined achievements. When achievements were, like, new and fresh, they were really good, right? It was really fun to just sit down and get all the achievements. But it's like, these days, a lot of games put in an achievement which is specifically designed for somebody who wants to 100% the game and to make it really difficult challenge for them. Like, you know, it's like these, oh, beat the whole game without dying once kind of achievements, like on the hardest difficulty, lol. And I'm just like, I don't have the time to practice the same game over and over and over again for an achievement. If I'm going to practice the game over and over and over again, give me a world record. Give me internet fame. Not give me, like, you know, like internet points versus internet fame. I'll take the fame, thanks. I'm going to become a celebrity because I beat a frog game real fast, okay? Like brass balls in BioShock. I don't know that one, I have to say. I know there's a couple in the Wolfenstein games that are like that, the latest run of Wolfenstein games. But the one that really put me off was Shovel Knight. I love Shovel Knight, right? One of the like, you know, the best. I would still say probably the best of like the indie retro platformer era, right? Like, it started the craze, and because it was so fucking good, right? Shovel Knight, amazing game. And all 3 of the DLCs. King Knight's probably the worst, but like, you know, all 3 DLCs also baller games. And yeah, like, second, I like just make sure I'm still paying attention when I'm on the platform, so I press the button at a good time. Beat the game on hardest without activating any respawn pods. That's just bullshit. But yeah, Shovel Knight has one for playing the whole game without dying. And like, God, the game's hard. It has lots of instant death pits and stuff like that. Like, you know, it's a game that like you would need to do a lot of to get it. And it's like, you know, a casual run. I didn't pay attention to where I was going there. This is why we don't talk to the runner. Never talk to the runner. And I'm joking, of course. Even before LPAC says something about being able to get up that ledge, you can't. It's just like, I just find it like, it makes playing a game a tedium, right? Where it's like, it turns a game into like, did you make a minor mistake? Then, you know, oh, you died. Well, lol, you have to now play the entire game again. And like, you never get like a good reward for beating it. You just get like you get like an icon and it just says, you did it, well done, on your profile. And I'm like, no. I like 100%ed games that feel like they were made to be 100%ed. So, any collectathon, right? A collectathon platformer, real good to 100%, right? But modern like games that have achievement lists, that I just feel like those achievement lists are there to fuck with you more than they are there to actually be completed. I don't know. I might be being like way too critical on it, but it's just like, I just don't feel like I want to 100% a lot of these games. I'd rather replay something like this and 100% it than I would want to like 100% a new Call of Duty or something, right? The reward needs to be worth the effort, exactly, and like, you know, we're way past that point of putting in like cool 100% bonuses in games, right? That's like a product of a bygone era at this point. Just checking my hearts quickly. I'm going to take a safety one here. Old collectathons knew what a good reward was. Exactly. Like, I always think of Spyro 3 as a really good example of this. Like, Spyro 3 gives you permanent fire breath power up. No, Spyro 2 does that. Sorry, Ripto's Revenge. You like for 100% in the game, you get a cool sub area called Dragon Shores with a lot of cool like stupid little mini games to play. And then if you complete everything from there, you get the like permanent fire breath power up. So while you're revisiting levels, you've just got permanently like superpower mode, and it's just like, that shit's fun, right? Yeah, I beat your game. I get to be a god. I want this heart because we keep fucking dying in this level today. Like, we're having bad time with our, like, just, like, the casual part of the run right now. Like, the playing the levels. We didn't need to stop for the heart. Like, I'm okay to die here because the checkpoint's just back there, but... Like, this game has a special cutscene at the end that plays, long story short, this game's plot winds up being a bit of like a "it was all a dream" ending. If you get 100%, it does the "it was all a dream" or was it ending, you know? Like, cringe as fuck, stupid shit, but it is like at least a reward. You get something new for doing it. Banjo's a good 100% to being double everything. I, like, Rare knew what they were doing with, like, collectathons. I need to play Banjo-Kazooie at some point. I've never actually played any of the Banjo games. And, like, as someone who really likes, you know, like, collectathon platformers, I really should have by now. So, you think you can beat me? Ah, you must be joking. Always do the voice lines. The most important thing about speedrunning this game is knowing every voice line and turning them off because it saves time in the game, but being enough of a Muppet fan that you still want to read them all out. Banjo-Kazooie's fun. Like, you know, I've never heard anything other than that. For me, my first console was a Game Boy, and then PS1 from there. Okay, I didn't like where that acorn was spawning, but that's fine. Love how Banjo 2 keeps all the old moves from old styles as new ones. Original black and white Game Boy? Yeah. We had so my first console was technically a Game Boy Pocket. So that's still black and white, you know, Tetris Game Boy, but it was the slimmer version. My brother had the original brick one, the grey slab with the pink buttons. Like, so I played a lot of that as a kid still. Yeah, we had both of those, and then from then it was our PS1. So I missed the N64 era pretty completely, like, with games. So this is a weird thing, right? Banjo-Kazooie is one of those games that I have a very early memory of seeing an advert for and really wanting to play it, right? But never having a way to do so. I was like, Mum, get me this. The see-through purple one? No, that was a Game Boy Color. It's around... 1 second. I'm just gonna... No, a game in SpongeBob does not count. If I read that correctly. I don't like this angle. Yeah, I didn't like that angle. Random Game & Watch style SpongeBob toy had a McDonald's. Miss Kirby Pinball. Isn't that now coming to... Isn't that one of the ones that's going to come to the thing? Did we have that confirmed, or was that just me imagining things or being hopeful? There we go. I think we can get to top step with this. Oh, we can get really close to top step with that. I don't think I've ever had a glide that, you know, doesn't make you into the cave, but just gets you that top step. Point blank range with a shotgun, and the frog lives. I pressed L1 there, thinking that it would load me my splits so I could check what level was next. Like, that's a smart cookie move even for me. Tilt and Tumble is a really cool speedrun one. I've seen the Tilt and Tumble speedruns. One of them was at a GDQ once, and it's really cool. Hey Sammy, there's the massive Atari keyboard that we put into TV that we can play games. Yeah, that counts. That counts. Like, I'm still talking consoles. We did also have, like, an old... I don't know the make computer. I think it's still up there in the attic of our house that technically had games on it. Falling off those stairs wasn't a very smart cookie of me, though. Let's be honest, Mattaz. No one comes here to see me be a smart cookie. Like 99% of you are here for me to just hopefully hear me say the word baconussy. And then you'll all give me a half-assed round of applause if I get the world record, and you'll be like, well, we want to see you fail. You got a car boot sale. I understand. I am a clown for you masses. Channel point redemption for me to wear a big red squeaky nose and go ha ha a lot. Things that if I was like if I was a streamer by myself, I would absolutely do. But Betty would never let me do that on the channel. Betty would be like, no, Luke, you're not making yourself that cringe. Dance, clown boy, dance! You don't want to see me dance. I'm terrible at dancing. At that point, you wouldn't be just a clown. You would be the whole damn circus. That's a dream of mine. Need that as a redeem. As I said, never gonna happen. I didn't kill the rabbit. That rabbit has sometimes fucked me up. He didn't. He thought about it. That rabbit was like, I'm going to tell you that I could if I wanted to. Your 0.1k off a bonus stream. We still need to put an announcement about that officially. We just had like a bit of like a slow time for us recently. We're trying to get a lot of stuff done in terms of like just our general well-being at the moment. But we still plan to do the honor redemptions, that honor people that we're close to redeeming. I think we're not sure how we're going to do it yet, but we've got thoughts. But yeah, as we said, the plan would be that for redeem streams, because we're getting rid of the system for good, well, for now at least, still have more than enough for redeem stream. You also got the game, so like we're good to go with that. I think the plan we said was we're going to do is we're going to take like give people like a month or two if they were close to get those last few points, and then put in a redeem, and then it'll be added to a queue for the next like period of time. It's like we will guarantee you that game will be played on channel. We're just not doing it like soon, right? That was the thing that always got us about redeem streams, was like, it was that feeling of, right, we now need to crack, we were halfway through playing Pokemon, right? We're halfway through Sword and Shield, but now we got to find time to cram in a couple of episodes of this thing, but we were hoping to get Pokemon done by this point because this game comes out, right? And it just winds up being this, like, we won't make you wait that long, like, but that was like always what wound up happening. Was it was just this, like, it became this, it made our scheduling like just really difficult to juggle. I'll allow it. Am I good? Am I good? Am I good? I'm good. But yeah, and then we do plan to do more of like a redeem stream system, and like, not redeem stream system, like more suggestion based stuff. And also I think we're going to talk about doing more. We're close to the end of this game, so let's just take Engage for example. We're close to the end of Fire Emblem. We're going to put up a couple of polls as to what kind of thing you want to see next, like making it less that, like, you know, I guess one person goes, okay, this is what you're doing and you're doing it soon, and more as a community, okay, well, this could be good to watch, right? Like more community say, less one person taking control. Not that like the redeem streams were like one person taking control, but just how I'm wording it badly today. I'm paranoid about this today, so I'm just gonna kill all three of those. I think I'm in a bad spot, but I'm still gonna go for it. Okay. For then I thought, like, 'cause that's the second time today we may have done that. It's like, this is a bad spot, but we're gonna do it anyway. Right here, and then I want to drop down until I see the level, and then we go like this way. There he is. That looks good to me. Huh. Level loads in faster than it normally does there. That was a really good escape clause. Like, I'm playing well as well, right? So, but like, oh god. The amount of like kind of like low-key justification I'm getting about like the load times being the only reason I didn't have world record, and that -126 is like pretty real right now. So you don't want one person holding a hand to get you through, but multiple. We always want to hold hands with as many of you as possible. Just so you know, mine are often very clammy. He didn't want to step on me. I tried to let him. Not in the first. It doesn't matter if you take damage in the first phase because his boxes always have like these. Nearly all always have hearts in them. That's just Kermit with extra forehead. That is exactly what it is. Hey, that's Fresloth. How we doing? Okay, I think I want to be about here because I think he's about to do. No, that didn't feel right at all. Okay, I'll take it, Kermit. It's the Kerr monster, but it's like a 9 head. I'll do. And now pound your chest again, you big gorilla. Good boy. Heave ho. Is it this one he does the 108 degrees? I was could have sworn it was the first hit he did that on. So we're looking for him to like do like in essence throw a box then turn 180 degrees. The next one, this one, and this should be the chicken. I can't believe that. Like, there was a time where I would consistently, like, you know, grab chicken, throw chicken, hit Kerr monster, and I'd be fine. But for some reason, like, since coming back, I don't think I've had a clean Kerr monster at all. You're now a little worried. Why are you worried? What are you worried about? Also, I never said the line, so you look like a frog, but soon you must duck. Heave-ho! Heave-ho! Just keep running because the spiders are still up. Your team game is a mystery puzzle game. Fair. Look at the spiders go! Why is that worry? Like, just... We like puzzles. I play a lot of puzzles, even though I'm really dumb. Do you handhold or not? Oh, let us solve things. Anyway, you came to ask if you you did find things to fix. I did. We fiddled with OBS, not OBS. We fiddled with EPSXE settings, and we have found a couple settings that did reduce our load times from what we were on previously, and it all looks good. It's not like it's not like, you know, like there's settings which are like, would you like to run the game in double speed? I'm like, no, I feel like that one might be pushing things. But, you know, as I've said before, like, our load times were the only thing that were, like, causing us problems. Other people's load times were anywhere. I'm saying this a lot in the stream just to make sure it's, like, heard and stuff, but, like, our load times were, like, 18 seconds for the first level, and, like, similar to that, while other people's load times could be anywhere as low as 12 seconds for physical console, and other emulators sitting around like 15, and we've lowered it to about that 15 mark, which puts us on the same like tech level, which means that we have like, and I think that genuinely the only reason we didn't get world record on our last run was because of the tech side of things, not because of the performance side of things. Like, I've gotten pretty good at this game, unfortunately. It's like, there are just things in this world, right, that, you know, when you have to talk to your parents, oh, what do you do, like, last week? Like, you know, my parents will occasionally say, like, so how's streaming? What have you been up to? Even though they really don't care. You know, they do the polite check-in. And I will say, yeah, Mum, do you remember that Muppets game we played as a kid? And she'll be like, yeah. I'm like, super speedy fast? And she's like, why are you playing this like 50,000 times per like, because I would like to be the world's best Muppet boy. You've gotten good at this game whether you like it or not. It's like, you can't be a speedrunner and be bad at a game. Like, well, you probably can. Like, I wouldn't say I'm good at Balan, like, you know. The only other full game we've speedrun at this point. Like, my Balan running, I'm like, I think it was adequate, but I never thought I was good at that game. We took most of our runs and stuff, we were just like avoiding stuff. Be careful there, Icarus, don't want a hubris ruining the run. Tubba, hubris is what ruins everything I do in my life. I'm a very proud, vain little boy. And also, it's not called hubris, it's called brideslight, you know? Hey Benji, how we doing? I like this rolling platypus. That is a very satisfying gif. Did I say platypus? Psyduck. Jesus Christ, Luke. Brain, go on, please. Like, I looked at it and went, that's a Psyduck. And then went, my mouse say platypus, please. And bum 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 ba-dum bum bum ba-dum bum. Psyduck is more or less a platypus. It's not though, is it? It'll be a poison type. He is a good boy. Is Psyduck a platypus? No, it's just a duck. Like, why am I trying to overcomplicate the concept of Psyduck? It's a duck. Like, it doesn't have fur. I would say like and it doesn't have like the beaver tail. And I would say like the difference between like, you know, if you're looking at a platypus, you know, the whole point of the platypus is such a weird fucking thing. And it's because it's like part of a bird animal plus part of like a mammal. And like, you can't just go, well, this thing's just the bird, so it's a platypus, right? It does have those stubby fingers, though. Oh, it does have stubby fingers. You're right. But I think that's more because they tried to make it a man, you know? I do not subscribe to the Psyduck as a platypus. I don't. So weird that during today's runs, because we're on this fresh save, we're getting like evil energy and stuff. It just feels so random to me. Hey look, we finally did, like, because the load times are shorter, we did a Oklahoma in less than 5 minutes. We take those. Oh, fuck you. Don't bring evidence in here! I don't accept it. I'm entering my flat earther phase. I refuse to accept things. You got the points. Nice. I should chat. I'll try to chat to Betty today about like what we're gonna do about that since it's come up today. Just we haven't talked about redeem streams in a while. It's not been something that's on top of our mind. We're still trying to catch up with a lot of stuff. Honestly, a lot of last week was just handling me feeling like I talked about it a little bit on Tuesday's stream, but like me going into that level in Fire Emblem, the one where we didn't have the rewind crystal, I said I was stressed out, right? But you don't know how stressed out. Betty at one point was like, I was like, oh god, they're gonna judge me so hard. We're gonna be here for like 5+ hours. And Betty was like, you know, we could just skip doing some Fire Emblem. We'll take a break off it for a week to give you some recharge. I'm like, no, I'll just do it. Like, I was genuinely like, oh god, it's gonna be the worst. And then that's the first stream of Fire Emblem we've had where no one's died across the whole stream. Like, we judge you no matter what. I should take solace in that. I don't think I would. I don't know if you want me to be comforted by this or hurt. Okay. It can be positive judging. Where the fuck? There it is. That bit of the level took a little second or two to load in there. I'm gonna do something because I like the way the camera looks better for it, which is just to... Nope, didn't do it. If you rise at the right point there and dive down, you wind up with more of like a top-down view of the map, which I prefer. I think we want to be going more this way now. I think we're actually... Yeah, I think this... Okay, there's the thing. Not always, but sometimes. Okay. This should be right. There it goes. Recently, we've been really struggling to get back in bounds from there, which is just a little bit annoying. Mate. Not always, but sometimes. Sometimes it's positive judgment. It's like you can't play games on the internet. Ayo, Luke, you're goating this. What the fuck? Thank you, Benji. I've been playing this for fucking months, okay? I deserve it. You're here to judge, you're here to chill, and sometimes cause chaos in chat. You never cause chaos in our chat like you did last night for Scythe, though. I'm going to take an intentional death at start Muck Monster here. I don't like doing Muck Monster with no hearts, because I'm prone to being stupid in this fight. And, like, I just genuinely feel like that's the case. That's going to happen. This is the first time you're seeing it. You're doing all these mad exploits. Speedrunning hard, okay? Gamer mode. Thank you. I appreciate it. You have time to plan for that chaos. So for people who don't, like, we're going to get blue for a second. We never do that in Nerds Like Nerds. Last night, Scythe started Twilight Princess, and chat made him, and by chat, I do mean Sammy, got chat to, voted to name the horse My Dick. So it comes up with messages like, oh, I was just cleaning my dick, you know, take care of my dick, and stupid things like that. And I swear to God, Scythe stopped breathing a couple of times from laughter last night. It was very entertaining. It was good soup. Right now? Hey, we're at full health, so we feel confident about jumping before the platforms appear. My number one, like, thing that hurts me in this game. That and, of course. Like, you know, we've got one major thing to, like, still... you know... I think it says, I washed horse name for you. That's it. It's, I washed my dick for you. I shouldn't have been reading that. You destroyed a man through laugh last night. It was great. Yeah, it was. But yeah, this run is world record pace, if like by far, because we're 2 minutes above average, unless you know who does us dirty. Like, after Muck Monster, her name will appear at the bottom of the screen, and we'll all look at that going, is Luke going to throw away the run? And the answer is, probably. It's like, with 2 minutes on the clock, with 2 minutes extra on the clock, right? There is a chance I could take a death to Bride Slide and still make it into a decent run here. I can't believe I've died multiple times to Muck Monster. Like, it's so easy to not if you're just, I don't know, being a sensible human being. I very much, after saying just being a sensible human being, jumped, not having any thought in my head. I didn't time that out at all. I want that said, like, you know, like, there's times where I do those jumps, I'm like, right, I'm timed it, this is probably safe, so I'm gonna go for it. That time I just held R1 and pressed X, you know? I just did the thing, regardless of whether or not I thought the platform was gonna be there or not, I just went for it. Man's gonna bacon Nussie on purpose and still world record. I'm not gonna bacon Nussie on purpose. Like, no. Like, look at that. Bride Slide is still a 3-minute split. And I'm not doing a 3-minute split twice. What is Bacon Nussie? Okay, Bacon Nussie is an in-joke we made as part of this. The boss Bride Slide, which is the bottom split here on the run, is Miss Piggy. And Miss Piggy's boss fight is an auto-scroller, so you don't really have any input into it, except for putting left and right. But if you make one mistake, you die in it, right? And I think it was Mataz who first coined the term Baconussy and was very much saying you died to that Baconussy. And like, so it became a joke where every time we make a mistake, we call it a Baconussy, because most of my mistakes come from Brideslide. Brideslide very much is, if I die on Brideslide, I have to restart the run after making it all the way to the end of the game. Brideslide is the second last boss in the game. And yeah, we die on it constantly. And yeah, so it's like, you have to do the slide, you know, it's like an icy slide you have to go down. You have to do the slide 3 times in a row with new obstacles on it each time. If you make one mistake, you have to go back to the first slide, which obviously in a speedrun is genuinely the worst idea you could possibly have. I don't care about your damage here. I'm gonna regret that. No, we're fine. There's an extra heart in the only place here where we can really take damage. Thank you. It was I first said that Kermit be craving that Baconussy, but it quickly evolved from that. Baconussy is a new religion. Like, I'm very proud of our little community banding around the word Baconussy. It really shows how stupid we are. But yeah. So like, they're making Baconussies like just fucking up and dying in a level, and then there's the OG traditional classic Baconussy, which is dying on Brideslide. Safety. Remember not to hit Beaker on the China Wall level on Monstery Monastery. That's also like a peak. Like I've only done that one once in the last few like in the last couple of months, right? But it's just my brain literally sees Beaker and goes, that must be what I'm supposed to do here. So it focuses in on Beaker. It does help that he's one of my favorite Muppets. I love Beaker. He's great. One brain cell community is just like perfect way of describing this hive mind. But yeah, like every time I see him, I go, I should hit that. And then you start the like 20-second long cutscene of him flying around the level that does not achieve anything for me. Okay. First try. Okay, if we can get the clipping bluest bayou now, that's gonna be... Like, you know, we talked about this last stream. The 2 levels on the previous run I did, the only reason it wasn't world record and that one was because the Bluest Bayou and Temple of Pork sucked ass. We had to die on this level because we didn't manage to get either of the things first try. But there we go. Let's take a bunch of that time. Yeah, look, we've got an entire Brideslide spare now. That's fun. Remember, like, say, see Beaker's brain goes through, sees Beaker, brain goes, gotta hit that twink. Couldn't figure out how any of that sentence went together. Also, I'm sure it's your phone auto-correcting, but it's Beaker, not Becker. And you will respect him. You will respect his name in this family. Hey, we're failing him. Come on, frog. Go through the floor, frog. Good boy. Good boy! Might as well do a couple Baconussies on purpose. No, because you see, at some point I need to think of it in 2 ways, right? We've never thought about collecting a world record before apart from this game. It's always been a dream. Now it's a potential possibility, right? Frog go through floor. Yeah, frog go through floor, right? Swim until frog becomes dot in the distance, and then frog fly through ceiling. And then frog swim around the void until frog finds a new home. Skips like most of the level. It's surprising that with the size of this skip that you can't just swim straight to the end, but you can't see. So we found the bottom of the world. So now we found the top of the world, and we failed to skip. We died. I mentioned last stream that we haven't had that happen to us in forever, and then like I worry about it every time, and then you know I shouldn't because it's not going to happen again. Well, good news, everybody. I've given myself a reason to worry. That's about right. Frog and floor finds home in space. Yeah. We got a decent return on the setup here, so... Like, I think this split could be about 3 minutes with that death. But we're still going to be 2 minutes under, which is beneficial. We lose our ability to die to bright side, though. Ah, anxiety. I have it in a fucking bucket ton. If we... Ooh. I don't like that number up here. Like, it's like, my time is still minus 3 minutes, but I see the timer showing up being like, hey, look, you're doing badly, and I'm like, oh god, this is terrible. There we go. People haven't seen before, the thing we didn't get was landing in water there, which is what we need for getting to there. Now we just turn around. Nope, we didn't go deep enough in that tunnel. This will definitely do it. There we go. We go into that tunnel so that it hits the load for this area. Okay. Oh god, the gators, they're great. They love you. Okay, see, we're still, like, with a bad Bluest Bayou, like, we're still 2 minutes under. There's only one thing that stands between us and, what the fuck is reflecting on my face there? Like, is it you? Is there anything at all? Yeah, there is. I don't fucking know. That's weird. Oh god, the gators! Alright, everybody. So this is where Luke speedruns this game go to die. Slide time, slide time! This is where we go to personally be victimized by fucking Miss Piggy. So, there's 2 ways to die. In phases 2 and 3, she'll spawn ice blocks. In phase 2, they're stationary. In phase 3, they bing, 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 ping, ping across the board, right? If we either fall off the track or hit one of those ice blocks, we die. I saw the words Luke stop reading. What's that? Has it always had the music? It has music. Might just be quiet. I might have just set this quieter than the last one. I don't know. Stop reading chat. Focus on doing a good speed. It's very quiet. Yeah, it is a bit quieter, even in my ears. Usually, it's very like blah, blah, nah. So yeah, if we hit one of those ice blocks, we also die. And in phase 3, they ping back and forth on like random patterns, so you do have to react. And that's where it is we're likely to take a death. And if we take a death there, we have to start the whole run again from scratch. Speedrunning. It's good for your mental health. And by good, I mean terrible. There we go. Okay, we got the first try bride slide. Giga, Miss Piggy.
Oh, beautiful wickedness.
I love her death sound. I don't know what she says, but it's great. Why does she look like Trixie Mattel? It's the eyebrows. And the thing is, not to shit on Trixie Mattel, I love Trixie Mattel, but even after she transforms, still a little bit Trixie. See, you're getting better at that. I'm not. I'm not getting better at it. It's pure luck. Genuinely, I'm not doing anything differently. Okay. Last level where this can go terribly wrong is Ice to Meet Ya, but even then we have room for mistake. Like, quite a lot of room for mistake. So, the minus 249 is against a run that is, no beaker hit, thank you. That run is against a time that is, oh, brain, it's completely off. Shut the fuck up, Rizzo, I forgot you were in this game. Yeah, the time on there is against a 238, which is my PB. Something like that. And the world record is I said 238 is 135, I want to say. Could someone just hit the fucking Muppet button, please? Because I'm going insane. So hit beaker. Thank you, Taba. There you go. We're like, yeah. Ours is a 108.37. That's what the negative 249 is timing against. World record is 108.02. So we are very much sitting pretty right now. Oh damn, you're a true speedrunner, yo. Yeah. No beaker. I didn't do a beaker. Honors to kill Simon Honeydew. We're getting there. We got this. I feel hopeful. I shouldn't have hope. I got that, you know, I should have lost hope a long time ago. My parents worked their hardest to get rid of that in me. It's so mean to them. They're quite supportive in their own way. But like, yeah. This is going well. I'm killing this guy. He can sometimes bonk you on the platform. Support parents in your 8-person village, I heard. Like, I will say you're not far off the number of people who grew up in my, like, town. I think I've told the story before on stream, but when me and Betty first started dating, she was like, oh yeah, I'm from a small place, right? And I was like, oh, I'm from a really small place. And she was like, oh, come on, what's the population of your town? She had a number ready to go, like, you know, like from, like, a census or whatever. I started counting on my fingers. At which point she just went, okay, stop, I get it, you win. Like, I very much just started, like, picturing every house in my tiny little village and going, right, so that's where the Smiths live, and they're, you know, they've got them and the kids. And Betty was like, how the fuck are you doing this? You live in a big boy town. Yeah. I live, you know, I live in Glasgow now, so I live in big boy town now. But I grew up genuinely in the middle of buttfuck nowhere. Okay. Oh, not this room. Next one. I'm going to pay attention to the block sliding for a little bit, just to make sure we get that right. Oh, yeah. You know, we mentioned a little bit ago, there's only one place remaining where there's, like, a run killer, and it's this level. Don't forget, this is the level with the soft lock. People don't know what soft lock is. It's a thing that, like, in essence, it makes it so you cannot continue the game. And there is one in this level. You grew up in a village that was bigger than a fair amount of towns. Fair. Like, we weren't on Google Maps for at least a couple of years. I say we like there's a community there. There's not. Like, I've said this before, like, you know, I live in such rural territory that my neighbors used to borrow sheep from the local farm to mow their grass. Okay. I like how I also said I was going to pay attention and focus, and then just didn't. But hey, we did it right. Yeah. It wouldn't be uncommon for me to wake up and, like, open a window and there'd be sheep in the neighboring garden. Like, it works. They cut the grass. Like, they eat it. Farmer saves money on fodder. Like, they save money on, like, doing and labor and doing stuff, and they get sheep to look at. It's fun. Okay, the soft block potential is over. We now just need to, like, not do stupids, right? But even then, we've got, like, decent contingency for stupids. I don't want to take damage here. Like, to that guy. Like, mostly because of these two here. We're quite prone to taking damage to one of those. Okay, we didn't. Now it's time for oops, all speed. Yeah, the soft block's over. Oh hey, we got our very first Muppet token. That's the main collectible of the game. I love, like, it's shit like that I find so funny about speedrunning. Muppet token, let's go! It's like just getting to, like, literally the end of the game being like, I'll get a collectible, I guess. It's part of the run, we swear. Look at that. 7% complete. How the game thinks I've done 7% of it, I don't know. I'm just grabbing that. I'm grabbing that for safety. Like, we can lose the millisecond or two that it cost me to get that. Like, we could always take a couple deaths in Pete's sake here, but I'm gonna be bold and say I genuinely don't think there's a way we fuck this up now to the point where we lose the world record. Does it hurt that Kermit changes molecular structure every few seconds? Probably. It's also Robin, Kermit's nephew. God, get your Muppets lore straight. I'm very much reading that as like, sorry. Like, it's like... It doesn't make sense that they made this Robin, right? They went, let's make a Muppets game and star... I don't know. He's not like a... He's not like a small-scale Muppet. Like, he's a pretty decently, like, in the original show and stuff, very, like, prominent in a lot of the sketches and stuff, but just... Like, he's not like any of the big ones. They're all, like, save for bosses. Are we about to witness world record right now? I'm going to go out on a limb and say yes. Like, I don't see me fucking up 3 minutes worth of time save here. In order to do this. I am... It's been so long. Also, I want it said that this would be the end of a 5-year world record. Just because no one else plays this game. The first run you watch. It was all you, Benji. You can take credit for this one. Oh, you will. Like, get on the Twitter bio, I helped someone get a world record by showing up, you know? Want to be in the honorable mentions? You don't really do honorable mentions on a speedrun, but I'll find a way. We do. There's a comment section I can put in there. We do in this house. Hey, we got a second one. We're real gamers. In this house, our house. Should we get you on the deed? Like, it'll be no difficulty. Betty will be fine with it. She doesn't need to be consulted, right? Like, climbing on the old world record by doing side quests and collectibles. I've not done like a thing. And I wouldn't be surprised if the previous record also got those ones, just because they're really easy to not do it. Will be immortalized in the VOD of the run. I'm honestly sad that we didn't get the world record in that one run that went really well, where Scummy Bunny was in here and said they needed to piss, and that comment would have been immortalized in it. Like, I still think that would have been like the funniest thing ever. It is immortalized now. Yeah, that's why I brought it back up, just to make sure that it's still in there somewhere. I think I can still make this. This is risky. For shits and giggles. It's not that risky, but it's like, you know, I could lose like a couple of seconds there. You can piss. You can piss too if need be. I appreciate it. It's a team. That's where real team effort starts. You don't need to kill him, but I'm doing it for safety. I'm just flabbergasted that you came here while you were ill and Benji Bob's getting the credit. Like, the people who've been here for every other run, just like, you know, hey, where do we get our credit? I'm like, nah, Benji, you know? It's you know, it's the guy and the girlfriend with him looking over his shoulder meme, and it's like, chatters who have been here this entire time supporting the runner, one Benji Bob. Lurking in the past few streams is so interesting to watch. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Okay, final boss. Let's not run off the edge. I'm so expect to do something stupid and take a death here and lose like a bunch of the time. I actually do think even a death to the final phase of this boss still has the potential to world record here. World record pace? Alpax, don't say that! That's what makes me lose them! It's all your fault! He's memeing Benji because one of the times we were on a world record pace before, I genuinely went through this thing where I thought, this is a world record pace. I'm not going to say it because I won't want to curse it. And then Alpax said it the second I had the thought, I'm not going to say it out loud. And like, I threw the run pretty soon after that. Like, it was good. Go, Muppet Boy, go, you got this. I am the Muppet Boy. I lost a little time there, but it's like minor. We lost more time there. We're throwing. Minor throw. Minor throw. But also puts us in the risky place of only being on 1 HP now. So if we take a hit, we have to do the whole boss fight again. Again, I think even if we threw the whole boss fight here, we'd still be on, like, world record pace. Minor Baconussi. Like, genuinely, for the most part, this boss is beaten by just running in a straight line. If you just continue to run around the circle, his attacks don't hit you. I think they do if you're, like, on the inner circle, but... The Phantom of the Opera? Yeah! He's based off the Phantom of the Opera for some reason. Who the fuck knows, you know? Also, another big thing. There's no point for fucking, you know, Dr. Honeydew to be the fucking, like, final boss of this game. That's it. We have succeeded. We just need to get through the final dialogue, and then we score world record. Outplayed. Technically, it's not even the Muppet of Honeydew, it's like his uncle.
Are you all right, Robin? Oh, wake up, okay. Robin,
that's world record.